One of the programs that we used in the mobile apps class was a website called Marvelapp. And Marvelapp is a site where you can go and make a template driven app that you can download to your phone. And it's not a functional app in the sense like most apps, but what it does, it helps give you a structure, a template of what your app could potentially be. In my opinion, it's like a prototype. So here's what it would look like on a phone. All right, and in this case, I wanted to make an app where teachers could type in what they need for supplies. It would go to the custodian. The custodian could see it and then deliver the materials within the next day. And it's a great way for teachers and custodians to work together to get the supplies they need. So I would imagine that you'd put in your school email address and your room number, you'd click Get Started, and you'd be good to go. I have a little About page where you can see a little bit about the app. I went ahead and drew my own little logo because I wanted a logo to work. You're able to click on the parts where you type in, and you can see it kind of flashes up, kind of like a PowerPoint. All right, so here's all the supplies that teachers would be able to use. All right, and once they pick their supplies, they're going to click Next. And so I have it turned on that when I click on the screen, little boxes flash up that show you where you can click. Because again, it's not a full app, it's more of like a prototype. So there we go. We selected a box of pens. All right, then we click Next. We review our supply request. We want pens, exo markers, and a tissue box. We click Submit, and there you go. Teachers should get that order within 24 hours. And so that works both on the screen and on the phone, and I thought it'd be a pretty neat idea. So here's what Marvelapp looks like. And so what you do is you basically have to make all the slides that you see. So here's the logo, here's the login page, here's the keyboard, here's all the little pages that you see. And so all the little changes you have to put in here. So for example, here is the page where you can see the parts or the order you want to make. And then on this slide is the checkbox. And so you kind of just progress along as you work. So what you do is you click on Edit. And when you edit, that allows you to add the interactive features. You can make a fixed header or a fixed footer. You can move the little screens. These are your little interactive buttons. All right. If you want to change the design, you click on Edit Design, and this is where you get to add a lot of the features. They give you the status bar, the navigation bar, all these little items here. You've got your little text box and pictures and stuff, and it's really easy to use. You just kind of like PowerPoint or Microsoft Publisher get to kind of move things around and kind of make it for yourself. And I was pretty impressed with how this came out. One of the things that I did is I made my app. I made my Marvelapp, and then as part of the assignment, we went into lynda.com and I watched the series on interaction design for the web. And so this is a really neat web series about learning what is behind the scenes of all these apps. Why is there so much white space? What makes a good list? What is the 7 ± 2 rule? How do I eliminate distractions? So it was a pretty neat web series to watch. My big takeaway is, what's the story of my app? And I included that when you click on the question mark. You know, making sure my design is consistent between the different pages, making sure that it's easy to use, making sure that the items that are on the screen that you click on are metaphors for what happens on the computer, making my interface so that users don't need to click Help, not use stock photos, but use images wisely. So I really enjoyed this Lynda lecture. There was a lot to chew on, but it was really well done, and it was a great way to kind of make my app even better than what it already is. And I really enjoyed this project, and I'm pleased with the results, and it's fun to play with.